Many happy years roll by with 4 daughters and now 3 grandbabies for Randy and his wife Allison of 37 years. But in 2017, Randy was hit hard with health issues, even battling cancer.
I'm pretty healthy normally, except last year. So last year before my cancer, it was about 2 months before that. Anyway, I had a gallbladder surgery. I had a gallstone, so I had emergency surgery the next morning on a Saturday. 4 weeks later, I had a blood clot in my leg from the surgery.
Right.
And it was 2 weeks later that I was sitting at the computer over there and I felt the lump in my neck.
But you hear the word cancer, and what went through your mind?
It was really weird. I could tear up too talking about this, but when I felt the lump in my neck, and let me just say this too, you need to get into the doctor right away because early detection can save lives. Early detection will save lives here. It was on a Monday, I went in, doctor looked at it and he says, we need to get a biopsy done. We were telling jokes in his office. I mean, he was doing a one-liner, I was doing a one-liner, and I'm sitting there thinking, what if this guy says it's cancer and we're just clowning around? So anyway, he said, give me 2 or 3 minutes to look at this under the microscope, and he did it right there in the office.
Oh my.
And it got very quiet. And he turned around and he said, you have cancer. And I thought, no, I don't. I said, you know how you just think it's always somebody else. But he said, no, you have cancer. And of course, we were both fighting the tears, and we heard that because as soon as you hear the words, you have cancer, your world is turned upside down. So I asked the doc, I said, what are my options? I said, well, what if I don't do anything? And he said, if you don't do anything, you'll be dead in a year. That's what he said. And I thought, well, that's not a good option. I didn't think that was a good option to have. So he said, however, if it's the kind of cancer that he thought it was, it's a very fast-spreading cancer. And usually the fast-spreading cancers are easier to treat. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. So I thought, okay, well, what do we do with that? I don't like the first option, I'd like to be around longer than a year. But at any rate, he sent me to an oncologist, and it was the kind of cancer they thought, and it was very fast-spreading, but easy to treat. And I was very blessed for my treatment.
You had chemo?
Yep.
You had radiation?
Yes.
Randy says he's also one of the few cancer patients who gained weight while undergoing treatment. He credits friend David Barris for his donut deliveries for that. Friends and family were there for him, and also his great faith.
People say, how did you get through it? Number one, my faith. You know me, and my faith is in that personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I've accepted him as my Savior at the age of 6 years old. He got me through my job firing. He got me through my Bell's palsy. He got me through other things, losing CBS, that was a big challenge here too, and now through my cancer. But it was my faith in him. It doesn't mean everything's always smooth. But it was my faith that got me through. I probably had thousands of people praying for me. Thousands. I mean, just absolutely thousands.
The good thing is how much people love you.
Well, I'm very blessed, very humbled. I say thank you for people out there for praying for me. That got me through. I mean, I didn't miss any work. That's amazing here. I did having a positive attitude. The second thing, not always positive. My wife's sitting over there rolling her eyes.
The wife is over
don't interview
Allison.
Don't interview Allison. Okay, just interview me.
I tried. She didn't.
She doesn't want to do it though. So anyway, positive attitude, and also the third thing I always say is the great meds we have nowadays. So it's a combination of those three that got me through.
Speaking of work, how much longer are you going to stand in front of that green screen?
You know what, here, Mr. Barris, Dave Barris is, retired, and he says he really enjoys retirement. He's only been gone a couple of months here, but I still enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm just about 62, so the goal is to make it to 65, and we'll see what happens then. A lot of it's out of my hands, but if everything goes as scheduled, I'd like to go at least another 3 years or so.
I've known you since you came in 1984,
Yep.
and I was here in 1982. I started at Wish, and I've been through a lot too. And I will say you are not a fair weather friend. You are a true friend, and you're not to blame when you don't get the weather right.
We don't control it.
You don't.
I'm glad we don't control it. I am an extrovert,
Yes.
so I love being around people. And
But you have a demeanor that's just comforting.
That's funny. When I lost my job back in '89, I was criticized for my demeanor. That's what.
Really?
Yes, that was printed in the paper because of my demeanor, that it wasn't what they wanted.
You're
Thank
true
you. I've
blue.
enjoyed working. Can I give you a hug?
You can get out of the chair.
I'll give you. I have enjoyed your
Oh,
always
kisses.
answers, so
Mwah.
I really have.
Oh,
So,
there we go.
It's been
Thank you.
really great here. I'm not retired or anything, not yet. But at any rate, you have been a true friend.
Yes.
And you have taught me a lot. Good and bad. She's taught me a lot over the years here. So.
You get through it.
Yes. Still going.
Okay.
Surviving.
Randy Ollis has weathered it all,
You think they noticed that we're having trouble
I don't
with
know
your
if they
mic?
could tell or not. We paused for about a minute there.
giving us a smile, even when the days are dreary. Thank you, Randy. We'll be back with more on Great Day TV.